Hey guys, people. So I'm on my I'm on my Android again. But anyway, I got a lot going on, a lot of things that I don't understand, and I need encouragement today. So I always vow to, when I'm feeling, a way, to come and uplift people, because if I'm feeling away, I know there's someone else in the world that's feeling away, that may need encouragement and may need to know that everything is going to be okay, no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what it looks like. So I have 2 verses that I want to bring to you. Well, actually 3, just to uplift you up and encourage you, and let you know that God is with you in that circumstance. In the fiery furnace, okay? He's with us, like he was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He with us. So could God, it's something that he wants us to get out of this situation, out of this circumstance, out of this season. It's something that it ain't over, and things haven't shifted, and things are not, going the way that I have planned them to go, because there's something that I still need to get. Whether that's patience, whether that's more fruits of the Spirit, I don't know. I don't know. I have a mind. We be acting like we don't know, but there's still more cleansing that needs to be done. There's still more wisdom that needs to be gained, and knowledge that needs to be gained in this season, in what is taking place, in my understanding, in my not understanding, lack thereof. There's still things that God needs to do. There's more purifying that needs to take place. I know, it's a lot more that needs to take place. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move on. Like, I had in my mind, okay, this is gonna go this way, that's gonna go that way, and everything is yeah, and it's just like, that's another thing. There's more control that needs to be relinquished. So take a step back and see, in your life, what is it that God is trying to fix within you? Because the thing about it is, we can always be like, oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, it's because of that things ain't going the way that I want them to go. But what about me? What about what's in me? Take the time. I know this video was to encourage, but I'm encouraging you, because this is encouraging you, so that you don't have to continue hitting the brick wall, and you don't have to continue going through the same season, because if you don't pass the test, you have to retake it. So something within you that God is maybe trying to get your attention, or maybe trying to purify you in that area. So just take a look within, guys. God's people, take a look within. We have to take a look. We have to figure out, what is it? Why isn't this taking place? And also, it just may not be God's will. As bad as we want things sometimes, it just might not be in his will. It may just not be what he has for us. But one thing we can take heart in, and we can be for certain about, is that he has good things for us. Whether we don't get what we wanted, and whether it's not happening in the way that we want it to happen, it all is going to make sense, and it all serves purpose. Every step of the way, everything, every trial, every tribulation, everything that we go through when we're in his will, it's going to make sense, and it all is going to have a purpose, that's way bigger than us. So I'm coming from Psalm 34, verses 4 through 8. I prayed to the Lord, and he answered me. He freed me from all my fears. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. In my desperation, I prayed, and the Lord listened. He saved me from all my troubles. For the angel of the Lord is a guard. He surrounds and defends all who fear him. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joys of those who take refuge in him. So just remain joyful. You got joy from the God. You're gonna always, sometimes you're gonna have to sometimes you're gonna have to, it's gonna take everything inside of you, especially when things aren't going the way that you intended for them to go and that you want them to go. but you always got joy. That's one thing I can say. Since I've been in him and really been, doing my best to do his will and forsake the world for him, which is going to be a year next month, I got joy. I have joy, and the enemy will be trying. He try to lie and say I don't, and you don't. You sad. You ain't happy. Da 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 da. No, I do. I find joy in a lot of things. And I'm thankful for a lot of things. So find joy in things, God's people, and there's a lot to be joyful about. Okay, we're breathing, we're living. Things may not be going as planned, but they will if we keep going and we pass the test. Okay. And then John 16, verse 33. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows. Unfortunately, that's God even promised, whether we're in him or whether we're not, whether we're in the world and of the world. He never promised a bed of roses. He never promised that everything and every day was going to be on cloud. We were going to be on cloud nine. That's a illusion. It's a delusion, and it's just not real. There's going to be hard times, because those hard times come to create us into the beings that we're meant to be. So it all has purpose. I'm learning that, but it's easier said than done when you're going through and walking through something you don't want to walk through and you don't want to go through. I get it. But this is why his word means so much, y'all. It means so much because this will help us through him being present in our life, and it's acknowledging him, and constantly seeking him and just staying with him will make it easier. So I'm gonna read it again. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. And I've shared this verse before, and it's true. Jesus overcame it. So we are going to overcome. If we don't faint, we don't get weary, but if we don't give up, we're going to overcome, God's people. And then I have one more verse that I'm going to leave you with. And this is Proverbs 19:21. For this verse is for when we are facing trials and tribulations and we don't understand. We don't understand. And the understanding is just like, I was just, crying out to God and praising him and things for what I didn't understand. But I have revelation through that. I'm going through these things because there's something that God is trying to get my attention on. Whether it's me, and I know it's things that I need to work on, more purifying, more knowledge, more wisdom, more of everything that I need to get me to the purpose. Yes, I'm walking in the purpose, but there's a ultimate purpose, so when we don't understand, that's why we have to he tells us not to lean towards our own understanding, but we can get revelation through him and through his word. Okay. So Proverbs 19:21 says, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. It says that prevails. I'm looking forward to that, because for all these years I've been doing everything. I've been taking the load and making tons of mistakes. Delaying my process, possibly delaying my process, putting myself in all these situations. I have not, with me by myself and not allowing God to lead me, has gotten me absolutely nowhere. Okay, it hasn't got me, where I wanted to, up until, let God take the wheel, y'all. Let God order your steps. Let him. You heard what the verse said. Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a person's heart. So I can want this, want that, want it to go this way, and all these things, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So it don't matter what you got going on. If you're a child of God, you're a chosen one, you're a chosen vessel. God's plans is going to prevail in your life, with it, no matter what you want, you know. So make it easier. We need to make it easier on ourselves and just give it to him. Give it to him. Let him do what he does, because it's going to be easier. It ain't going to be, you know, that much. It ain't going to be all that confusion and all that if we go to him, you know, and read his word and get understanding from him. It's going to be easier, y'all. I've tried life without God, and I have tried it with him. And I would have to say that having him and knowing that no matter what, I'm going to be good. It don't matter what it look like, what I'm facing, what I'm walking through, what fiery furnace I'm in. He going to bring me out like ain't nothing ever happened. So, God's people, God loves you, and so do I. Until next time.